I shouldn't even be telling you this, but the truth has a way of clawing its way out, no matter how carefully you try to lock it away. I've spent the past few nights double-checking my locks, watching shadows that move where they shouldn't, and wondering if I'm imagining things. And yet, here I am, talking to you, hoping that someone out there will understand before it's too late. If you've ever clicked something just because you were told not to, you know that thrill, the forbidden lure of curiosity. That's exactly what led me here, to a website that shouldn't exist, to a place that doesn't forgive mistakes. I thought I was careful. I thought I could just peek and leave. But the moment the page loaded, everything changed. I'm not exaggerating when I say it's as if the website knows me. Knows you too, if you follow these kinds of stories, if you dig around forums, if you think you're safe because it's just the internet. I've seen things I can't unsee. People, friends of friends, strangers who vanished after they clicked the same link, now reduced to whispers online, 404 not found, never heard from again. And I survived. Or at least, I think I have. I keep thinking about what it might do next, if it's still watching, if it's already reached through the screen in ways I don't understand. Sometimes I catch a glimpse of movement from the corner of my eye, or the faintest echo of a notification that isn't mine. And I remember the warning buried in the code, the subtle threat in the blank pages that told me, you cannot leave unnoticed. The thing is, most people never even see the homepage. It's hidden, deleted, buried under layers of archives and forgotten forum threads. But for those who do, well, they learn what curiosity really costs. I learned it the hard way, and now, even speaking about it feels like a risk. Every word typed is a step closer to being noticed again, to being dragged back into something I don't fully understand. And yet, I have to tell you, because the alternative is silence, and silence might just be worse. So, let's rewind to the night everything was still normal. The night I was just another bored person scrolling through old forums, clicking links I shouldn't, thinking I was invincible in the safety of my dimly lit room. The night I stumbled across the URL that shouldn't exist. The night curiosity first whispered my name. That's where it all began. And I need you to understand, this isn't just a story. Not really. The website doesn't care about tales or rumors, it cares about witnesses. And now, you're about to become one. I used to spend nights like any other, wrapped in the glow of my laptop screen, headphones drowning out the world, scrolling through forums that smelled of nostalgia and neglect. These weren't the polished websites or trending feeds everyone else chased, these were the archives, the forgotten corners of the internet where old threads and abandoned links lingered like ghosts. I'd dive into the Wayback Machine, retracing pages that no one had touched for years, just to see what had been lost to time. Nothing ever really disappears online, or so I thought. My friends would laugh if they saw me like this. Late at night, hunched over my keyboard, talking to strangers who had long since disappeared, commenting on threads that had zero replies, zero activity. To them, it was pointless, a waste of time. But to me, it was comforting, an endless labyrinth of stories, rumors, and digital relics. There was a thrill in knowing I was the only one reading certain posts, the only one witnessing what the original author had left behind. I liked the feeling of solitude, the illusion of control in a world that was otherwise chaotic. I'd often stumble across internet mysteries, threads about haunted websites, cursed files, or strange disappearances online. Some were obviously hoaxes, complete with pixelated images and exaggerated stories, but others lingered in your mind. There was always that tiny seed of doubt, what if one of these stories wasn't fiction? It was a dangerous game, but I liked playing it, testing the edges of my curiosity without stepping too far over. Between the boredom and the thrill, I had developed routines. A cup of cold coffee beside me, a half-eaten sandwich long forgotten, and my cursor drifting from one forgotten forum to the next. The usernames were quirky, cryptic, sometimes chilling. Ghost of the Archive, 404 never found, Watcher in the Void. I'd chuckle at the melodrama, at the sense of self-importance these strangers gave themselves. And yet, there was a subtle pull. A quiet insistence in some of the posts, like they were trying to reach beyond the screen, whispering just for me. It was during one of these late-night sessions that I found the thread. Nothing remarkable at first glance, just a collection of broken links and archived posts. But one link stood out, a URL that was dead, officially removed, buried so deep that most search engines wouldn't even acknowledge its existence. My heart picked up its pace without me noticing. I clicked it instinctively, the way you reach for something forbidden without thinking, and that's when I realized how little control I really had. The thread had 0 replies, and 0 views. It was as if no one else had ever found it. A sense of exclusivity washed over me, mingled with a shiver of unease I tried to ignore. Something about the emptiness of it, the silence, felt unnatural. I laughed at myself for overthinking it. After all, I was just another bored night owl scrolling through a forgotten corner of the internet. Nothing could harm me here, I told myself. And yet, even as I hovered over that link, a tiny voice in the back